Hey guys, Franchise here with Franchise80s.com. Thank you once again for joining me on another one of my videos. I really appreciate it. Before I get started, I just want to thank everybody. Uh, I'm close to reaching over 2,000 subscribers, and it's a huge milestone for me because when I started this channel about 3 or 4 months ago, I didn't think I would be able to have that many subscribers that quickly, and so I really do appreciate it. I'm having a lot of fun with this channel, and I just want to continue bringing the best content I can, and I feel like the more videos I make, the better they'll be. Uh, the more you do something, the better you get at it. So uh, I'm telling you, it is not easy sitting in front of a camera talking to yourself, or at least, you know, now I feel that I'm not talking to myself anymore. At the beginning, I did, when I had about 25 subscribers. I figured maybe one of the 25 people or two would be watching. But now I have almost 2,000 subscribers. So at least maybe hopefully a few hundred are watching right now, or so I really do appreciate you guys very much, and I think that I'm going to be bringing a lot more interesting videos in the very near future. Today I kind of wanted to talk about Toys R Us. As you all may have heard, Toys R Us is going out of business, and it's very sad for me because I think the people that are taking this the hardest is everybody my age, people who are in their mid to late 30s and mid 40s. I think they're the ones taking this hard because they remember going to Toys R Us when they were a child, and how wonderful that it was to go to Toys R Us, how exciting it was. And then, even as an adult collector, I mean, that's the main toy store that I would always look forward to go to, was Toys R Us, to find all the great toys and all the great collectibles that I've collected over the years. And of course, Walmart and Target and even KB at that one time, they all were great in their own right, and they had um, great toy departments and stuff, but nothing was like Toys R Us. Toys R Us had so much to choose from. It was just fun being in there, and I'm really, really sad to see it go. I don't quite understand how a company that big and can go out of business like this. So in the way that it's going out, with all the debt that's accumulated. I heard that what had happened is in 2005 they were bought by a company that had a lot of debt, and they thought they could weather the storm, and because of the economy and the couple bad shopping seasons, they weren't able to weather the storm, and now that they're shutting their doors. And I don't know really what's going to happen from this point on. I don't know if there's going to be another toy store that's going to come along and going to kind of take their place. I hope so. I feel that if Toys R Us goes away, it's going to impact a lot of these big toy companies like Mattel and Hasbro. I mean, it's definitely going to hurt them. I think a lot of toy lines that we love, or a lot of toys that that we as collectors want to collect, I think a lot of them are going to go away, because if these companies don't really have an outlet like Toys R Us to be able to sell these wonderful toys, they're not going to make them anymore. And I don't think that Walmart and Target are just going to have the the floor space to be able to carry all the different type of toy lines that Toys R Us has been carrying for all these years. So what it's going to force these toy makers and toy companies to do is really downsize, and not to mention the very small toy companies and toy makers, not just Hasbro and Mattel, but there's a lot of other toy companies that are very small, and they're not going to be able to survive this. They're going to be going out of business along with Toys R Us, and it's kind of sad because we're going to really miss out on some really great items. And and there's other toy companies like Funko who right now are flourishing, with the pops and everything else. And I mean, even they're going to take a hit. I mean, they have a lot of success because they're everywhere, not just Walmart, Target, and Toys R Us, but they're at Hot Topic. They're in stores like little independent stores, like one that's near me called Geeky Mamas and Box Lunch and all these other really small, pop culture type stores. They're not just toy stores, but I would call them pop culture stores because they have all sorts of items in there that have to do with our world. I like to say our world because it's a lot of the people who are watching this YouTube channel and the community of collectors and pop culture fans, sci-fi fans, comic book fans, uh, 80s fans, 90s fans, toy collectors, people who love collecting toys and action figures and comic books, and just all of our community. A lot of different YouTubers that are out there that that have videos that are very similar to mine. YouTube channels that have inspired me to do my YouTube videos. This just a really huge community of people who love the world that or the universe or whatever that we represent as collectors, and that Toys R Us represents, and that Toys R Us caters to. And there's a lot of these stores that cater to this fan base, and that's cool. And I hope more of those type of stores pop up. But none of those stores will ever replace Toys R Us. It's going to be impossible to replace, even if a new store comes along, because just the logo, and not only that, but the jingle was great. Toys R Us Kid commercials. I just recently did a tribute on Toys R Us. It was just like a little tribute video where I'm just showing the Toys R Us commercials, and it's really sad to see Toys R Us go out of business. So, but hopefully, like I said, there'll be another store that will come along, and if they're not, then I guess I'll still be bringing videos of my treasure hunting at Walmart, Targets, and flea markets around my area, estate sales, and so I can tell you that Toys R Us toys now, anything that has only a Toys R Us sticker is going to be a lot more valuable now, because people are going to be wanting to start collecting that logo. I think that people already are realizing how important Toys R Us is to our fan base. There's been a lot of stores that's closed down before, and that were going out of business and stuff, and this feels different. the Toys R Us one feels different. I feel that a lot of those stores, we all missed the boat, and they were gone. And then after they're gone, we realized, man, we should have, you know, gone there one last time and shopped, or spent some time there to kind of take pictures and remember how everything used to look. And then you get nostalgic for it, and you go on the internet and you look up pictures, and you see and you remember what Woolworth looked like, right? Or what all some of these other stores that went out of business look like. But this one feels different because I feel that people are realizing, as soon as it was announced that Toys R Us was going out of business, that they're actually preparing for this. They're going to the stores. I see a lot of videos on YouTube where people are going to the stores and just hanging out at the stores and taking pictures and doing videos on Toys R Us now, just to say, I want to get the last pictures and videos I possibly can before they shut their doors, and I just want to just grab anything with the logo on it, and just to have the memory. I feel that people realize how important Toys R Us is to our community and society, and people are actually doing everything they can. And there's going to be a lot of videos and pictures for us to remember Toys R Us on the internet because of this this movement that's kind of going on right now of the fan base and the fan community going to Toys R Us and posting and talking about their experience, kind of like I'm doing right now. So yeah, that was it pretty much. I just wanted to give you guys feel my thoughts on Toys R Us and just me rambling about toys and the toy company and Toys R Us and all the stuff that I was talking about. So I really appreciate you guys watching this video and listening to my ramblings. My next video will probably be a lot more entertaining, but I felt I had to do this video just because I love Toys R Us, and everyone else was talking about their experience with Toys R Us, and so I felt like I wanted to give you guys my thoughts and opinions about what I thought about Toys R Us going out of business. So what I'm going to do right now, though, is I'm just going to go ahead and play my little tribute to Toys R Us that I have here, and you guys can check it out. And then after the video, I'll come back on, share with you guys a little bit more of memories that I have as a child going to Toys R Us, and so I'll see you guys in a little bit. Thank you.
Toys R Us kid. They got a million toys at Toys R Us that I can play with. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. They got the best for so much less. You really flipped and lived.
From bikes to trains to video games, we've been with you through all these years. Let's never grow up. Keep doing like we did, so you'll always be a Toys R Us kid. Once a Toys R Us kid,
Always a Toys R Us kid.
So guys, there you have it. Kind of sad seeing those commercials. Brings back a lot of memories, and it's definitely sad to see Toys R Us closes its doors. So, but those commercials were pretty awesome. I love the jingle, and I'm glad that the internet's just awesome. YouTube's just awesome, so now I can have those videos and keep them forever and here and you know, long after Toys R Us is gone, still have those to be able to remember what it was like to be a Toys R Us kid. So, and I was definitely a Toys R Us kid. I told you guys I was going to share a couple of experiences at Toys R Us that I had, and I just remember going to Toys R Us when I was really little. I just remember the just the awesome amount of toys and action figures that they have. Just such a variety. I mean, when I was a kid, there is only a few places that you can really had a great toy section. You know, KB Toys was awesome. They were pretty cool. You know, but they did not compare to Toys R Us. None of these did. You can get toys at KB Toys. I remember Woolworth had a pretty cool toy section. There was a store, department store near my home called Best. I'm not sure if they were a worldwide or a nationwide chain or not, but Best was pretty cool. I liked going to Best. They had a pretty large toy department. That was also that was a lot of fun going to Best and being able to find some of the toys that I used to collect when I was a kid. But they nothing compared to Toys R Us. You know, I remember I would just go to Toys R Us, and Toys R Us was great at the time because they always had something special that they would be doing. It wasn't just selling the toys, but you'd go to Toys R Us, and on certain days, they would have characters there. They would have Jeffrey the giraffe would be walking around the store. One time they had I remember that He-Man and Skeletor were there. I think I have some pictures here that I found on the internet that show He-Man and Skeletor at Toys R Us. And they had, you know, stormtroopers and Star Wars characters walking around. They always had some sort of event or promotion where you can go to Toys R Us and meet some of these characters and take pictures with them. And so as a kid, that was awesome. I mean, you know, you get that stuff when you go to Disneyland or when you go to the mall to visit Santa Claus or to take your picture with Darth Vader and a stormtrooper, you know, at the mall or something like that. But to get that at a place like Toys R Us, when you're already excited to go there because you're going to buy toys, but now you get to meet some of these characters, take your picture with them, and then go and buy their action figure, so that you can go home and you know, play with their action figure. That was awesome. That's just, you know, the experience of that was pretty cool, and you just didn't have that type of experience in any other department store. That kind of stuff was exclusive pretty much at Toys R Us. Like I said, the only other place that you could meet those type of characters were Disneyland and the mall, and then Chuck E. Cheese or Rivertown. And by my house, it was a Rivertown that was called Captain Andy's Rivertown. And that's about it. Those were the only places that you could have those experiences. But none of those places were a toy store on top of everything else. So it was Toys R Us was a lot of fun. And then what was also great about Toys R Us too is that not only do they have a great toy, all the great toys and stuff they had, but the video games. Video games were just that was my first experience of going to a store and really being able to have a huge selection of video games where I could buy. There was no GameStops back in the day, and so Toys R Us was it, and it was and they had a huge selection. When Nintendo first came out, man, they had a wall-to-wall Nintendo games, and it was great. You would be able to just rip that little tag for the game that you wanted and take it up to the register and pay for it, and you'd go and had like a little another little room where someone would just go and grab the game, and they would hand it to you after you paid for it. And it was just a overall fun experience to be able to go in there, and they always had the games too. It's like they had such a great stockpile of toys and games because not like nowadays, you go somewhere and they don't meet the supply, the demand. The supply just never meets the demand. They did back in the day. Toys R Us always met the demand. They had supplies after supplies, and you go there and you just really wouldn't leave disappointed. As a little kid, if I wanted a certain action figure, uh, they had wall to wall action figures. I mean, you'd be able to find pretty much anything you wanted. So that was really incredible, and that's, of course, it's changed over the years, and that's probably why we're at the point where we are, where Toys R Us owes billions of dollars and is shutting down now. But at one time, they were the king of all toy stores and collectibles. They were pretty amazing. So, well, there you have it. I think I've done enough rambling for today. Those were some of my opinions and some of my stories of when I was younger, and I hope you guys at least enjoyed all the pictures that I've shown you throughout while I've been talking here. But it was pretty some pretty incredible childhood years that I had, and I'm sure a lot of you guys had as well. And please, I love hearing the stories, everyone's stories about their experiences at Toys R Us. I've been reading some of them on some of the other videos that I've watched. So please comment below with any comments or stories that you might have. I'll try to respond to most of them, and I will definitely read all of them. I love reading all the different experiences and stuff. So please write down on the comments below your experience. I look forward to seeing those, and please remember to like and share, and if you can, hit that subscribe button and click on that little notification bell next to the subscribe button, because that will tell you when I post another video, so you can just go ahead and click on it. I really appreciate it. And remember also, if you liked any of the shirts that I wear on my YouTube channel, today is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle t-shirt. Remember that to go to www.80stees.com. That's where I get most of my shirts that you see me wearing here on my Franchise80s YouTube channel. They're awesome. Thank you very much to 80stees.com. You guys are just an incredible website, and I'm always I'm never disappointed. I always find all the shirts that I always want there, and then they have so many unique shirts. They're the Toys R Us of 80s and pop culture t-shirts. The only difference is I hope they don't go out of business. I don't think they will, because they really know how to run a business. They do a really good job, and great customer service and really fast delivery. So please check them out. It's www.80stees.com, and remember to also check out my eBay page, which is www.franchiseauctions.com. You'll find a whole bunch of awesome collectibles and unique items on that website. So please check it out, and remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time on another one of my videos. Thank you very much.